It's a brilliant turnaround to the season.
It is a real success, and obviously they made the final of the French Cup as well, which I think is a lot to look forward to. Rudy Garcia has found a formula that it works. A lot of young players. When you look at Cacaret, getting the experience that he got, and Awa, if they could keep these players for a couple of years, and if not, they got more in the academy. I don't think that's been an issue. But what a turnaround for Rudy Garcia.
I mean, 8-2, it was against Barcelona, the huge scoreline that we kind of could not stop talking about after that happened. How did they look compared to that performance tonight, Bayern Munich, did you think, Jamie?
Well, it was never going to match that, and playing against Lyon wouldn't have been as easy as Barcelona, how open they were and how open the game was as such. But, I mean, they completely dominated, and a little bit similar to yesterday as well. It was men against boys, as you'd expect. I mean, don't forget, Lyon and Leipzig are playing well above themselves, really, but along the way, sometimes you come up against someone and you show your true level, really, in some ways. But this is a huge night, an accomplishment for Bayern Munich to get to the final. They've lost the last 4 semi-finals in the Champions League. They're always there or thereabouts, and I've said it on numerous occasions. They haven't got enough European Cups for how close they've been, how many finals and semi-finals they've been. So this is a huge thing to get through the semi-final for them now, but there's still things that you see in that game that I think Neymar and Mbappe will lick in the lips.
Well, we all know they're going up against PSG next, right? Do you agree with that? Do you think this looks like... I mean, I'm sure they would have preferred Lyon, ultimately, right? But how do they feel about this Bayern side, having watched that game?
Well, Bayern, we always knew, we said before the game, I thought it would be easy for Bayern today, and it was. But Jamie makes a great point.
Do you think it was easy?
Well, yeah. Well, they took their chances at the right times. I even believed if Lyon would have scored, then Bayern would have went down the other end and scored as well. It was that sort of game where they was always in control. But yeah, Bayern for me...
What was that great point I made? You never carried
He made a point in terms of Bayern can't play like that against PSG because they'll get exposed. They're too high. How many times?
Can Bayern play any other way?
Well,
I don't think they'll change.
I don't think they'll change, but if they'll just give themselves 5 yards, we're not talking 10 and 15 yards. If Mbappe and Neymar play against that high line of Bayern, then we're going to see a final of about 8 or 9 goals because they can't. Both teams do so well going forward, but they can't play like that. They really can't.
Will either manager feel the pressure to make a change going into that final, Roberto, do you think?
No. I think we're going to relieve what we see with Bayern and Barcelona. I think Barcelona was a shame. We had too many older legs.
Who scores 8? Who scores 2?
No, it wasn't. It's not going to be 10 goals. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. But I think it's going to be 2 attacking sides that they're going to go to outscore each other. I agree with Jamie and Mike. I think, and we're going to look at it, the high line is more the way that they never been playing against top teams in that high line, so the body positions are not right, they don't react quick enough. But then you look at the other side, the front four for Bayern again, like we highlighted them before the game, they were special the first half. So it will be, and I don't expect PSG to have a great defensive record. It's a back four with Marquinhos in front. So again, it's a game to enjoy, 2 attacking sides, something that we haven't seen for a long time. We've always seen a real strong defensive side that takes no risks. Now we've got a final in the Champions League with 2 teams that are going to come out taking risks.
It's a brilliant final that we've got set up, isn't it? Let's get out to Lisbon and check in on the reaction from over there. Alex Scott, Peter Schmeichel. Did you enjoy that one then?
I'm not feeling flat tonight, Kate, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a little. The quality of the football today was much better than yesterday. There's no doubt about that. I think we've witnessed one of the best European teams, even making 5 changes. They were still in control, Bayern, and it's brilliant to sit up here and actually watch, sort of have the whole view of what they're doing. Yeah, they got exposed in the first 20 minutes of the first half, but They have the quality to deal with that. The goalkeeper, Neuer, on the first chance did really, really well. Okay, there was this second chance where he came out and he was in between. But that's the way they play, and I can't. Just to go back to the point you were making before, I just can't see them play any other way.
Peter.
I think being here in Lisbon...
Peter, how would you feel...
Yeah, go on, Jamie.
Sorry, Alex. How would you feel, Peter, playing if you were in Neuer's position and you played with a back four that high and you're having to be called upon in 1v1 situations? Would that be something you'd speak to your manager about, speak to the back four about? Would you be comfortable in that position?
I would, yes. It requires, of course, that as soon as you don't have the ball, that the ball is there's pressure on the guys. if the team don't have that, they call it Gegenpress in Germany. If they don't have that press, then it's easy to pick out the space for players like Mbappe or Neymar, as you mentioned, or Di Maria. But if they put the pressure on, I would be very, very happy to be. And I would be as far as Neuer is all the time. He's like 5-10 yards outside his box when the ball's up the other end. So he's prepared for anything that comes over the top. And that's why we sometimes see him get into a situation where in commentary they said he's not very good outside the box. I disagree. I think he's brilliant.
Jamie, do you know what? I think the interesting thing being in the stadium, for me, watching that high line and the defenders of Davies and Alaba, it's like they almost love that challenge. They love getting in that foot race. It's like, go on then, because I know I've got the speed. I know I'm going to beat you. And actually, like, they're taking pride in their one-on-one defending. I was actually in the stand, like, clapping sometimes. Yeah. But I do think, looking ahead to the final, though, like how you guys said in the stadium, that foot race up against Mbappe or Neymar, players that are of that level and intelligent, they are going to cause them trouble at the back.
Yeah, it's going to be different for Bayern Munich. There's no doubt about that. I think Lyon, they've done well, and that is as far as I will go with them. They still say they lost the game against Juventus. They were very, very lucky against Manchester City. It's not like they've come out and played explosive football. And today, for me, apart from certain moments in those first 18 minutes, actually, they were second best to everything. What
did you expect? The 7th in the French league. Jesus.
I know. It's But seriously, I haven't been selling that team. You have. You've been telling everyone that they're brilliant.
They have been brilliant. Look who they've knocked out. They've done amazing for the squad they've got. The manager coming halfway through the season, the 7th in the French league. They've done amazing. They've just come up against possibly the best team in Europe tonight. You can't criticise them for not being on the level of
Jamie,
Bayern.
I can't disagree.
So you're agreeing with me or disagreeing?
I won't say they've played. I can't disagree with they've done well, but there's a big difference in doing well and being brilliant. I don't think they've been brilliant. I think they've done really well to be in this game.
But then I think that's the difference, isn't it? With Lyon, they knew their qualities. They've played as a team. They know at times they have to be defensive. But then the difference between the two teams was that quality in the final third and Bayern taking their chances in the end.
Yeah, and I also think, and that was proven in the last part of the second half, that when Bayern made the 5 changes, I really, really believe they showed their teeth, because you could not see the difference. It was equally as good. I mean, they took 5 big names off and they put 5 other guys on. That, for me, was a massive, massive show of power, if you like.
Well, all things go well. I can't wait for Sunday to already arrive, Kate.
Same over here. Just before you do go, we have to crown Peter our winner of the brackets. You have been brilliant, sir. Congratulations. What's with the
Thank you very much. I am very, very proud to have predicted the final.
Oh, I'm slipping down.
I just want to say, Jamie, that it wasn't rocket science. I can't believe you didn't have PSG in the final. I just can't believe that. With
well,
your knowledge,
now watching, they were fantastic. But I mean, how often have you seen them this season?
Me?
They were 4 minutes away to be away against Atalanta.
Yeah, but the big teams, they always leave it to the last minute.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good to see you both.
Answer.
Thanks a bunch. Let's take a look then at these brackets. How do they look? How did it end up? Here you go. The final looks like this. PSG against Bayern Munich. The final is finally set. It's another French-German encounter. It's the two teams who've looked best over these last couple of days, and now they will battle for that top spot on the biggest stage in Europe. Coming up after the break, we'll bring you some more. We'll bring you highlights and analysis of another great 90 minutes of football. 2 goals from that man there. We'll break it all down in just a moment.